Hey, what's up, guys? TwitchPD-Starsky here, and today we're going to be having a tutorial on Fortnite and how it runs with the XIM4. I've been seeing on the forums, we've been having a lot of issues where people are like, it's unplayable, it's unplayable. A lot of times, I have the same problem too. A lot of times you play a game, you're like, oh, the XIM4 is not working right, I need a good curve. But you know what, fellas? For this game, I believe it's the game. XIM4 for me, I tuned it in. And I'm running with smoothness, but it's about getting that happy medium with aim assist and learning how to play with it. So today's tutorial is going to go over a few topics. All right, it's going to go over hardware and a short introduction to myself, hardware, and then it's going to go over your mouse. It's going to go over your XIM4 settings, and then we're going to show some gameplay footage of me, and I'm going to go over what I'm doing that possibly you're not doing that you might be able to do a little better. I'm not a pro by all means, but I recently got injured and had tons of hours in this game. So I think I have a little advice to give you when it comes to using that aim assist to the advantage rather than fighting against it, okay? So if you hit the description button under the YouTube video here you're watching, you'll see a timeline on what I'm going to be recording at what times. So if you want to skip the hardware point and you want to jump right to the gameplay, go right ahead. That's fine. I don't want to waste your time if that's not what you want to look at. But if you can sit back and watch the whole thing, I think I have some topics I can hit on that might help you out, even if you are a pro gamer. Okay, introduction. I'm TwitchPD-Starsky. We just started TwitchPD, me, my twin brother, and my son. My twin brother is TwitchPD Hutch, Starsky and Hutch. My son CJ the DJ. We're just getting started. We're trying to create a little community. We're gonna hold some Fortnite contests for everybody. So if you'd like to tune in, you can watch us on Twitch play together, usually on the weekends at night. And you can stream. We both live stream, so you can watch it from both of our point of views. I'm prior military, served in the military 9 years, current law enforcement special operations group. So you can get to see some of those tactics come to use in a game like Fortnite. That's why I love these games. It's a lot of technique, a lot of tactics, and then of course you got to have that shooting. So that's enough for the introduction. Let's go ahead and move on to hardware. All right, let's talk about hardware, guys. First off, let's talk about monitor and TVs, guys. I saw a post today, dude talking about he bought a 4K TV and was wondering why it was sluggish. Think he was going to try to put it in game mode, but either way about it, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on a TV. I made this mistake. I moved from the PC last year to the PS4. I bought what was supposed to be the top of the line TV that was going to push my gaming. Bought it, hooked up my PS4, was like, oh my god, I should have stayed with the PC. I was like, hold on, maybe it's the TV. Hooked the PS4 up to my monitor, bam, feels wonderful. So fellas, if you're running it off a TV and you have a monitor available, these games aren't pushing more than 60 frames a second, so you can pretty much hook up a 10-year-old monitor and it's probably going to push better than that TV you got, because most of those monitors run at a 5 ms, okay? So that's enough about that. The monitor is going to help you. I know it's expensive, $350 for a real good one. Real good one, $350. I mean, that's really not that expensive. But it's expensive to the younger guys. So let's move on to the mouse. You gotta have a good mouse, guys. And when you're looking at mice, you need to look at the native DPI of the mouse. All right, because the XIM, they say a lot of the games need to be ran at 12K. Me personally, Fortnite's the first game I've ever ran at 12K. Usually I run at 2K DPI. But the mouse I have is a G303. It has a excellent laser in it. I researched the laser. The laser's perfect. Same laser that's in the G500 series. And it goes in increments of 50. So I can put that thing at 2,000. It's native. I can put it at 12,000. It's native DPI. So you need to look at your mouse. You need to know what you're playing with. You need to know your tools. These are your tools to your gaming. So look up your mouse. See what the native DPI is. Okay. If you don't have a good mouse, you bought the XIM, it's pretty expensive, so you can spend $60. Hit out to Best Buy, get a good mouse, get the insurance. The insurance is like $8, covers it for 2 years. Every year I go in, trade in my mouse, tell them, the laser's kind of burning out. Get a new mouse for $8 because I buy the insurance on that one, and next year, $8. And so I've been doing it for years. I do it with my headsets, do it with everything, guys. So I highly recommend that. I know that's not really anything involved here, but Best Buy insurance, way to go. Okay, so now that we covered that, only the other thing I can think to cover when it comes to hardware would be the cable cord that's hooked into your XIM to your controller, more than likely you're using what came with the PS4. I read somewhere that if you use, that's just meant to power it. It's not meant to data transfer. So I read somewhere where you should buy one of the cell phone ones that is actually optimized for transferring data, not just charging things. So I bought one of those. Does it make a difference? I have no idea. But I'm OCD about stuff like that, so that's why I'm making this video. So just throwing it out there. If you want to buy one, I would buy one, because I did. So that's it on hardware that I can think of going over. So the next topic is going to be in-game settings. Okay, guys, we're going to talk about in-game settings. I apologize. I'm going to look at my phone. I took a picture of the in-game settings. That way because I can't remember all of them. So going into the game, going to the sensitivities, you're going to want to, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on all of this stuff. I know there's someone out there that's maybe a little better than me, maybe more knowledgeable, but I'm telling you what works for me. I'm very happy with my gameplay, okay? So you're going to go to wireless controller sensitivity. You're going to cap that out at 10. You're going to put both those top ones at 10, okay? You're going to go under the mouse, doesn't matter. Put them to zeros. Go ahead and go to gamepad ADS sensitivity. Go ahead and max that out. Max out scope sensitivity. If you have a PS4 Pro, go ahead and turn uncapped frame rates. Make it so that you can get the maximum frame rates. Okay, I believe the setting for that should be off to give you those above frame rates. If you have the Pro, you definitely want to use that. If you're not using a 4K TV, that way you can use that extra processing power. Okay, you want to go ahead also, and you want to turn off vibration, of course, and brightness. If you're using a monitor, I kind of recommend going to a 0.90. That's what I run. I don't cap it out to a 10. I don't know why. I think I just don't want it at a 10. I put it at a 9 though. I had it at 5 for a long time. Then my twin brother tells me, hey man, you should throw that thing, you need to crank that thing up. I cranked it to a 9 and was like, wow, I can see stuff a little better. So go ahead and crank that up a little bit, alright guys? Audio, obviously, I would turn music off. Alright, that's it for in-game settings, okay guys? Also, I want to touch on, I heard someone saying, hey, how's this game run if you don't use the XIM? How's it run if you just hook up mouse and keyboard? I did it, guys. It ran smooth, nice. Once you found your DPI, unfortunately for me, the DPI setting was like a 400 for me to have the correct sensitivity that I really like. But the problem is aim assist is so strong in this game that people round a corner with a controller and they just auto lock on you. I mean, it just yanks it right to you, and they're shooting. There's no technique to it, so it's just pull over and shoot. So you're at a major disadvantage if you're going to try this with keyboard and mouse just hooked directly in. I mean, yeah, your guys that play on the controller are going to be like, well, you're playing with keyboard and mouse. It's so easy. No, negative. You're going to, if you check out my highlight film, you'll see me making shots at 300 yards away that it just locks right on. It locks right on. Aim assist is so strong in this game that the mousing, usually I disable aim assist because I agree. If you have a mouse and keyboard, you should probably disable aim assist so that it's a fair playing field. But for this game, no. Like, it just unbalances that equation where you're just not going to be able to keep up with them, okay? To even the playing field in this game, everybody needs to have aim assist. Alright guys, next we're going to move on to XIM settings. XIM settings. Okay guys. Now before I give you my settings, I don't know if I explained it earlier. I don't think I did. I run at a 12K. I run at 500 polling. The reason I chose 500, usually I pick 250 because the transfer rate of PS4 is not above 250. But I ran 500. That's the baseline. Mine will go up to 1,000, but I like 500. I don't want to overwork the mouse, okay? So my settings are off 12K DPI, 500 polling rate, all right? My hip is at an 8, okay? My aim down sight is at a 2, all right? I'm looking at my phone again, I'm sorry. I also have a sniper configuration set up. If you want to set one up, just go to an extra tab, name it, click the activation thing, go ahead and select a key for it, put it to toggle, and then click the mouse, and then select what you want that to be. Mine's at 11. I know they fixed the in-game sniper, I know they did, but when I max that out to 1, it's still not where I like it, and I'm going to explain all that in a few minutes here, okay? But that's my settings for the XIM. Okay, I'm going to be at an 8 for hip, 2 for aim down sight, 11 for sniper. All right, moving on. Next topic is going to be how do you find your sensitivity. Okay. All right, guys. Now we're going to go over sensitivities. This is the topic where I'm going to get lit up from you guys. Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's just my opinion, guys. You can follow my guidelines. I've been doing this for a while, so I think I can help a few of you. It may not all of you, but okay. So starting off with hip, my hip's at an 8. Okay, 8 for me is at that brink of out of control, in control. Okay, and what I mean by that is I slowly bumped up my hip. At a 9, I am out of control. I will overshot everything. I will blow right by my target. Okay. At an 8, I realized that's as high as I can go. I can get there fast and not overshoot my target. I can control it. So you want that sensitivity to be at that brink, okay? That brink of out of control, but it's in your control, if that makes sense to you. Because that's going to be your hip shooting, okay? This game is a lot of hip shooting. My twin brother, he doesn't hip shoot a lot. He uses a 5 on the hip. That way he's more controlled to get to target, and he can shoot down ADS real fast. Me, I use an 8, and I constantly hip shooting. This is with shotguns, pistols, burst guns, M4s. They're within shotgun range. I'm not going to ADS because the hip shooting is going to be accurate. It's going to be right into your crosshair as if you're down ADS. So there's no point to ADS really, unless you got a perfect shot, which I do sometimes. Maybe they popped in front of you, you can ADS that head real quick, okay? So hip, that's it. Borderline, in control, out of control. That's what I would do. Okay, mine's at an 8. ADS, 2. Put it at a 2, okay? Make your starting foundation a 2. Put it at mine. It works for me. I can get long range shots, medium range shots with that. I can work that that aim assist doesn't mess with me too much. You're going to see in my gameplay footage how you can use it to your advantage, how you can actually let it flow, okay? And that's not just for, some people that play with controller play, listen to this guy, a little cheer. No, the controller's the same way. I mean, this aim assist, that's why I say it's an even battleground, because the aim assist in this game is beneficial to the controller user and the mouse user in the exact same way, as long as you know when to ADS, okay? So my gameplay footage, we're going to talk about that. But start your ADS at a 2, play a few games. You need to get a green or a blue M4, because the gray can be a little inconsistent. Don't try it with a purple scar. That thing is super inconsistent. The burst guns can be very inconsistent. So to test your ADS, I really recommend get a green or a blue M4, and you need to test it for a little bit, okay? You need to get those medium and long range shots, and you need to record yourself while you do this. That way you can look back at the video and say, well, did I miss, or was it aim assist? What happened there? You need to look at yourself and be like, what happened there? And you need to see if you missed or not, okay? See if you're overshooting or undershooting. That's how you're going to fix this, by watching yourself, okay? Now, if you decide that that is too low for you, what I do recommend is you should double it. You should go to a 4, okay? Multiply it to a 4. Test that. If it's too high, then you should half it. You should get in the middle ground. If it's too high or low, then half it again. Okay, say you move to a 4 and it's still too low. Double it again. When it becomes too high, then half it, and half it, and half it. And you'll find that sweet spot. It's just going to take a little bit of time, fellas. All right, everybody has their own sweet spot. I run a 2. My twin brother runs a 3.5, and he plays just as well as I do. All right, fellas, that's it for sensitivities. Let's get to the gameplay footage and some tips on the aim assist. Alright guys, gameplay footage. I'm going to be talking fast, so if you need to watch this twice, go ahead and do it. We got a lot to cover. Alright, so I got 2 guys coming up on my left here. You see I have a ranged weapon, sighted in, 1 burst, good to go. Sighted in, missed, so I unscoped, rescoped. That's the key, guys, the aim assist in this game. If you ADS in and you miss, you have to let go and re-ADS and shoot, or that aim assist is not going to allow you to get those shots off. you're gonna notice me. I stop ADSing frequently because I know about this. I've played hundreds of hours. So if I miss that first shot very important. I know I have to unscope. These long range shots, I'm always gonna unscope and rescope, because this game hitboxes are real small. So you gotta use the aim assist. The controller, you can do the same thing. They're gonna do the same thing. You gotta get real quickly, get used to doing it on ADS and re-ADS. Now, if you hit with a bullet, then you don't necessarily, on the medium range, if you hit the first bullet, you can pretty much continue to ADS and continue lighting that target up. But you see, I'm gonna miss twice here. Then I'm gonna let go ADS, re-ADS, boom, headshot. It's a lot to do with the game. This is the conflict that I think people are having, where they're like, well, the aim assist, especially with the XIM, people are like, oh, the XIM's broken. Nah, the game's broken. Because I've watched so many videos of myself where I've aimed at people and I've been dead on them and I've missed every shot. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I discovered that it's the game. You're locked on them, your cursor's on them, but the game doesn't think you are. So you need to un-ADS and re-engage. You can keep your cursor on them from the hip and continue to track them, but you have to release that ADS and get it back on target. So we're gonna sit here and I'm gonna talk about some of the footage you're gonna see right now, because there's gonna be a few different videos that are gonna show different topics that I feel like I need to go over with you guys. You know, it's also about bullet control. You can see right there I missed un-ADS. I hit the first burst, missed the second burst, even though I thought I was on. So I un-ADS'd and re-ADS'd, okay? The only bad part about this is I find myself doing it almost too much, where I should have just stayed on target because I was hitting. Here you're going to see me ADS. I'm going to hit him. Boom. Un-ADS, ADS, hit him. And then I just followed it up. That was a lot of just trigger control right there. If you fire these M4s and stuff and you just fire 1-2 shots, you're going to be on target. But if you sit there and fire 5 rounds, you're going to start missing. But you see right there, boom, I hit my first shot, just let it ride. Just 2 or 3 shots right there. It hit him the first time in the third bullet. So there's no, if I miss 2 bullets, that's generally when I'm unengaging and re-engaging with the ADS, okay? So we're just last little footage here. You're going to see some pistol action. So you can see the XIM works well for me. I mean, it's like I stated, you got to learn how to work with the aim assist and the broken mechanics of the game. Unfortunately, love the game. I'm not complaining about it. I love it, but there are some things that are just kind of broken, it feels like to me. So I've worked with it, I've figured it out, and it has to do with the ADS for some reason and the aim assist. It just doesn't seem to go together sometimes. But for the most part, once you get it down, I mean, you pretty much have it down. And earlier we talked about sensitivity. If your ADS sensitivity is too high, you're going, and this was an easy kill, but I wanted to show you guys just, I hit, no need to on an ADS. If your ADS is too high, you're gonna ADS on someone, you're gonna shoot 1 round, and then you're probably gonna overshoot the second. You're not gonna track them properly. You're gonna bounce yourself out of that aim assist button, and you're gonna hit the aim assist bubble again, and you're not gonna be able to get back on target if your sensitivity is too high. And if your sensitivity is too low, you're not gonna be able to get on target or keep up with your target, because the aim assist is gonna keep you locked out of that bubble. So that's why it's important for everybody to find your own sensitivity setting to where you can get on that target and defeat that aim assist to get on that target, staying accurate, but not too sensitive to where you're going to overshoot that target, bounce out of the aim assist, and then you got to get back into it. Okay, so that's why I feel like I found my perfect sensitivity. If I shoot a shot or 2 and I jerk my hand and I feel like I just bounced myself out of that aim assist bubble that they have, then I'm gonna un-ADS and I'm gonna re-ADS back on target. That way I'm not fighting my way in ADS mode to get back on target, if you can understand what I mean right there. But this was me showing you my sniper shooting. Sniper, to me, you need a high sensitivity. You really do. Because aim assist is very strong when they're sitting still. I mean, the only bad part about that is that when they're on the run, it's going to make it it's going to be harder because you're going to be scope flying around, but you kind of need a high sensitivity for that sniper. I'm still fine-tuning mine, but I wanted to show that one because I want to show you that I'm not going to change my sensitivity just because I missed 5 shots right there on the sniper rifle. You need to make sure consistent. Here, where you're going to see a teammate's down, I'm shooting at him, and you don't see. I'm going to slow this clip down. I'm going to show you this again. Okay, it's kind of important. You down someone, you need to just kill him. Okay, because I'm going to try to shoot this guy, and aim assist is consistently pulling my crosshair to the right. It's pulling it to that downed opponent. I see this all the time that I'm playing. I play 1v4 a lot and always down people, and you just got to kill them, or the aim assist is going to just completely screw you over because it's going to pull toward that down guy, and you're not going to be able to kill that guy that's up. So I'm just showing some pistol footage again. You're going to see me do a shot here in a second where I'm gonna jump, I'm going to do some shots, hit him. I think I do some more shots and miss, so I re-ADS really fast. I mean, it's got to be quick. Yeah, I missed there, so I re-ADS real quick. And boom, 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 headshot, headshot. Like I said, just getting quick on that ADS, guys. That's what this video is about. Showing you this mechanic of this aim assist and how you have to refocus your aim down sight if you find yourself locked out of it. I have a few more videos coming up that we're going to go over some other topics here. Let's just go over hip shooting. I mean, all these are hip shootings. Hip shooting is important in this game. I didn't realize it till I began making this video. I was like, man, I hip shoot a lot. Yeah, hip shooting is super important. We talked about it earlier. When your sensitivity of hip shooting needs to be on that brink of in control, out of control. Need to be able to look around real quick. But I also need to be able to get on my target. By on my target, I mean headshot. You need to be able to headshot people with your shotguns. It'll be an instant kill, especially with the pump. That's my favorite gun because if you have good control of your hip shooting, you can get those headshots off quickly with that pump. But I'm gonna do some sloppy shots right now. This is a solo versus squad I was doing. I like this little clip, so I threw it in there, and I wanted to touch on the hip shooting anyway. You're at a disadvantage if you're not using those hip shots, okay, guys? You can see a headshot right here, boom, one and a done, okay? So I can't say it enough. Your hip shots from the ranges you're seeing me do them, that's where you need to be hip shooting, okay? Unless you have a pistol, you can get down sight and try to get those headshots, all right? Well, we flanked a team right here. I'm just showing you I'm hitting, so I'm not un-ADSing at all. I'm missing right there. I should have un-ADSed. Sometimes you gotta spray and pray. I felt like I was gonna die. I felt like I didn't have time to get off site, so I just kept it going. Instant headshot, first bullet out the gun. First 2 bullets out your gun, very important. If they miss, gotta un-ADS. First 2 bullets are crucial. Okay, guys? You're gonna see me do it a lot right now with a I think it's the pistol. I go for a shot, I instantly miss. I think so I re-ADS it and shoot him in the kneecap. I'm gonna hip shoot with the burst, gray burst. Just hip shooting it. He's at that range. Gotta control that hip. Now I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna shoot at him down that guy. 2 headshots. Then I'm gonna run out of bullets here. I'm gonna switch to my pistol. I go for a shot, miss. Go for a re-ADS, hit him in the knee. All right. And I apologize I don't have more rifle clips. I just got done making my highlight video, so I had made that video and deleted all my clips because my storage was huge. So this is just footage from last night's gameplay that I pulled together to try to make this video for you guys. I hope you like it. I hope it helps you guys. If you have any questions, I'm always checking the XIM forums. You can hop on there, ask me a question. If you want to see some more XIM gameplay, you can jump on my YouTube channel. I'll be updating it weekly with highlights. Recently, I got injured at work, so I'm adding quite a bit of videos on there. So I play with the XIM. My buddy Cryptlix plays with it, and my twin brother Hutch plays with it. So you can watch all our videos. Hutch has his YouTube channel. I had it posted in the beginning of this video. You can check us out. Check us out on Twitch. We dual stream. So check us out, fellas. All right, thanks for watching. Shoot me a question if you have it. All right, take care, guys.